and welcome to the fourth video of the topic Kingdom Animalia. So we have completed 3 videos of the Kingdom Animalia topic. So with that knowledge we will approach this fourth video. Now let us revise quickly what we have studied before and then we'll shift to the fourth video. Now as we know, Kingdom Animalia is a large kingdom with lot of diversity. Around 1.2 million of species already exist and every day new species are discovered. So there is a large diversity in this kingdom, and to understand this large diversity we need to classify the organisms properly and study them. Now studying this organism is become easy by classification, and for the classification we need to divide the organisms properly by using certain criteria. So in the last 2 videos we have started studying these criteria, and we have studied few criteria. We have studied approximately 5 criteria and several new terms we have studied. So the first criteria we have studied is habitat. Second criteria we have studied is mode of nutrition. Third criteria we have studied is mode of living, and new terms associated with mode of living. Even we have studied fourth criteria, which is called as levels of organization, and fifth criteria is body plan. So with that knowledge in the mind, let us come to the next criteria, that is symmetry. Now when we consider symmetry is very simple kind of thing. Symmetry means suppose I divided body into 2 equal parts. Suppose I draw an axis which is exactly passing through the center of my body. What will happen? My body will exactly get divided into 2 equal parts. Here suppose axis is passing like this, then left and right side of the body will be 2 sides, okay, and right side will be exactly identical with the left side. In case of human being, this is true, correct? So this arrangement is called as symmetrical arrangement. But by definition, try to understand what symmetry is. The definition of symmetry is arrangement of similar body parts on 2 sides of the main axis of the body. Now main axis is the axis. Now when we consider this main axis is the one which is passing through the center of the body. Now in case of human being, the axis is basically the longitudinal axis. Here means vertical axis, and in other organisms axis may change. But when the body organs are arranged similar on both the side of the axis, it will be similarity. Likewise, one hand on the left hand, another hand on the right hand. Likewise, one ear on the left, another on the right. So likewise, this is external body parts, but internal body parts are also exactly get divided into 2 similar parts, like right kidney, left kidney, right lung, left lung. So almost every part which is lying on 2 sides of the body are similar to one another. There are minor differences but not much. So this I gave you a human example just to understand symmetry. But in all organisms this is not the same. So in animals, on the basis of symmetry, there are 2 types of animals. Some animals are called as asymmetric animals. Asymmetrical animal means the animals don't have any symmetry. Any axis passing through their body cannot divide their body into 2 equal parts. So body is not having specific shape. It is called as asymmetric animals. Secondly, the animals are maybe symmetrical animals. Now when I consider asymmetrical animals, body cannot be divided into 2 equal parts, while symmetrical animals are, the body is very well divided into 2 equal parts by the axis which is passing through the center of the body, which is nothing but the main axis. The examples of asymmetric animals are sponges and snail and while those of the symmetrical animal are starfish is there, human is there, all fish are there. There are several examples of symmetrical animals. Got it? So animals 2 types, symmetrical and asymmetrical. So, but symmetrical animals are not so simple. There is a further classification of symmetrical animals. But before shifting to the further classification of symmetrical animals, try to understand this asymmetrical animal first. Now, this is a diagram of sponge. Now, sponge is a sedentary animal attached to some rock or something, and here whole body of a sponge is having many pores on it. This is also one of the pore. Don't consider this pore as a eye. It look like eye, but it is not. Okay, so all his body, all the sponge body is filled with pores. So suppose I draw one axis passing through the center of the sponge body. Now this is the axis which is passing through its center, but it is not dividing the animal into two equal parts. See, number of these projections here are different than the projections over here. So there are no similar parts. So let us try another axis. Let us try an horizontal axis. Suppose we draw an horizontal axis passing through the center of the body of sponge, then also the upper and lower body are different than one another. There is no symmetry in the animal. Such animals are called as asymmetric animals or asymmetrical animals. So let us see this another diagram. These two diagrams. Now here one diagram is of crab. We will concentrate on crab first and then we will move to this hydra. Okay. Now both the diagrams are of symmetric animals. Now here when we see crab, here there is a vertical line passing through the center of the body of crab. Can you see that? Okay. Now if you see, the number of tentacles on the left side of crab and number of tentacles on the right side of the crab are same. Even it's called as carapace. Carapace of the crab is also equally divided. So when we draw a vertical axis, which is also called vertical axis, is also called as longitudinal axis. When we draw this vertical axis passing through the crab, it divides the crab body into two equal parts. But suppose I try to draw a horizontal line, it will not divide crab body into two parts, correct? See, suppose a horizontal line, it will not divide because upper part is different, lower part is different. Again, this tentacle is not there on the lower side, this kind of tentacle is not there on the upper side. So the symmetry is only when we cut the body or we divide the body by longitudinal axis. Such a symmetry which is found in the crab. When we draw a longitudinal line, then only body is divided into two parts. Such a symmetry is called as bilateral symmetry. In few moments we are going to study in details about bilateral symmetry. So let us you should know the name of the symmetry. Now next symmetry, if you see this animal which is hydra, here it is a vertical line, that is longitudinal line passing through the center of the hydra. Now here you can say the body is divided into two equal parts. See, by this line, two equal parts, here two tentacles, here two tentacles, and this fifth tentacle is divided into half. So it is dividing body equally. Suppose I draw another line like this. So consider a three-dimensional diagram like this. So what will happen? Then this tentacle will divide into half, and here 2.5, here 2.5. Again two equal parts. Now see this plane. Okay. Here also the body can divide into, this diagram is not very proper, but you consider this tentacle will cut off, and here 2.5 and this side 2.5. So likewise, the body of an animal can be divided into two equal parts by cutting into various planes. Okay, just the condition is that axis, that plane, that line should pass through the center of the animal's body. Here all lines are meeting, that will be the center of the hydra, center of the animal. So such a symmetry is very specific symmetry, and it is called as radial symmetry. So what you understand from this slide, pay attention. Asymmetric animals, any axis we draw passing through the center of the body cannot divide body into two equal parts. Animals are asymmetric. When we consider symmetric animals, two types of symmetries are found. One is called as bilateral symmetry. When we draw a vertical axis or longitudinal axis, body can be divided into two equal parts. But by any other axis, body cannot be divided into two equal parts. On the other hand, On the other hand, there are animals like hydra. When the axis passing through from any side, okay, any direction, just passing through the center of the body, can divide animal into two equal parts. So clear about it? So with this knowledge, let us shift to the next part. Symmetrical animals, two types. Bilateral symmetry when the body can be divided into two equal parts by only one longitudinal axis. Radial symmetry when the body can be divided into two parts by any axis passing through the center of the body. Then when we consider radial symmetry, there are three different types of radial symmetry. One is called as tetramerous, when animal is having 4 arms or in the multiple of 4. See, hydra is having 5 arms, so it is not a multiple of 4. So, but like some animals are having 4 arms, generally jellyfish. Jellyfish are having 4 arms, which show tetramerous symmetry. Okay, when another type of radial symmetry is pentamerous symmetry, which is seen in starfish, 5 arms or in the multiple of 5. So 5, 10, 15, there will be radial symmetry. Then another Echinodermata, starfish come under Echinodermata, remember this. Now hexamerous symmetry, when we consider hexamerous symmetry, hexa means 6. When the animal is having 6 arms or in the multiple of 6, that will be hexamerous symmetry. Is it clear? Asymmetrical, bilaterally symmetrical, radial symmetrical. Now radial symmetry, 3 types: tetramerous, pentamerous, hexamerous. Clear about it? Now with this knowledge of symmetry, I would like to show you one diagram which show like many symmetries in the animals. So let us try and find out how many symmetries we can see in this picture. So pay attention carefully. Here I am like, can you see the pen tip and I am locating one animal. Let us consider this animal first and this animal later on. This also we can consider and this also we can consider. Now this is a kind of cylindrate. Now let us find out what kind of symmetry it shows. Let me draw a kind of line which may be approximately passing through the center of the body. Now see here I have drawn one vertical line and one horizontal. These two parts not equal. This left and right part not equal. So obviously animal will be, tell me which kind of animal it is? Asymmetric, correct. Now let us concentrate on this animal. This you can say it may be symmetrical, bilaterally symmetrical, because two parts are equal, but actually this animal can grow anyhow. It can grow larger on this side, it can grow smaller on this side. So we cannot say it is a symmetrical animal. Remember this kind of examples, okay? So this is also an example of a symmetric animal, okay? Now another asymmetric animal example is this. This is a diagram of animal called as sea urchin. Now sea urchin is like a ball kind of structure and which is having lot of tentacles coming out of it, lot of spine-like structure basically coming out of it. Now this sea urchin also an example of asymmetric animal because in any axis it cannot be divided into two equal parts. Now let us take an example, another example. Now see this butterfly. Can you see this black colored butterfly? Now suppose I draw a line passing through it. 2 wings on this side, 2 wings on this side. Body is also exactly getting divided. Obviously symmetry will be bilateral, correct? I'm just writing bi because the insects are very small. Now another thing is this biwall. Name only suggests this wall is similar to this wall, bilaterally symmetrical. Then this white colored small moth, white colored small moth, this also show bilateral symmetry. And suppose I consider this ray fish, huge ray fish. Suppose I draw a line passing through the center, it also show bilaterally symmetrical. It is also bilaterally symmetrical. Now what about this tail, you say? But the tail is actually and it's a straight tail, it also will get equally divided. It is not on one and another side, it is actually down to the animal. Try to understand it. So all the insects which can be seen in this picture, as well as this fish you can see in this picture, all are asymmetric. Here in this corner there is a diagram of sea cucumber, which is also an example of asymmetric animal, and these all are insects, then fish, then this fish, all are bilaterally symmetrical. Now let us go to the next one. Here is crab also. Crab is also bilaterally symmetrical. Very good. These all moths, crab, everything bilaterally symmetrical. Now I am encircling few diagrams. Here I am encircling one starfish. I'll draw this little bit larger, then you can see it properly. Here another starfish. Okay, and here the next starfish. So let us consider what kind of different symmetries are found in this starfish. Now this is a huge starfish, and it show obviously radial symmetry because see, any axis we cut it will divide into two equal parts. Okay, then this starfish also show obviously radial symmetry, but which kind of? Let us count its arms. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. 5 arms means pentamerous symmetry. Correct. Now let us shift to this starfish. What kind of symmetry it show? Let us count its arm. First arm, second arm, third one, fourth one, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. Now 8 arm means 4 or multiples of 4 means which symmetry? Tetramerous symmetry. So in today's topic we have studied about different symmetries. We have studied about asymmetric animals. We have studied about bilateral as well as radial symmetry and radial symmetry. 3 types of radial symmetry we have studied. We studied about tetramerous, pentamerous, and hexamerous symmetry. So this is all for today. See you in the next lecture. Till then, goodbye.